So, hi. This is the first time I'm doing a video like this, because this is a
Hi.
spread a moment of
This
me
is the
being a
first time I'm doing
fucking
a video
retard and
like
not
this, because this is a
me
spread a
being like
moment of me being a fucking retard and not
intelligent.
me being like
So, I
intelligent.
was coming across, like, I was just going through Reddit
So,
randomly.
I was coming across, like, I was just going through Reddit
I'm gonna see if I
randomly.
could even find it.
I'm gonna see if I could even find it.
And it was about someone collecting inner monitors, which,
And it was about someone collecting inner monitors, which
I'm gonna get to my history.
I'm gonna get to my history.
I can't remember which one.
I can't remember which one.
Here it is. So,
Here it is. So,
here we are. Basically, this is just some guy asking about his how he's doing in terms of collecting inner monitors. And Don, it was like, oh, this is what you bought over time. Like, you just bought them like one at a time over time while you're figuring out what you like. Because the Zero 2 and Moonbot 2 are great starter inner monitors. And you know, the Daybreak is great, especially like for the price. The Mangrid T Pro and basically these are all inner monitors that have come out at different times. And, you know, it just sounds like a standard linear, but it's only five inner monitors. And yeah, you're discovering what you like and found out pretty quickly what you like, I guess. When I read like the fine print, bought my first pair of IEMs 30 days ago. I've been collecting them like Pokemon ever since. This is the most amazing hobby, and I fall in live every time. Five $5 sets, $500 sets. Doesn't matter. I've got budget set income. I mean, he's bought so many inner monitors in 30 days, and that's quite a bit. Because I believe 250. I know Daybreaks were 160 plus 20. plus 20. Plus 399. This game has spent $850 in 30 days on inner monitors. What the fuck? So, as you can tell, I'm kind of confused as to how someone managed to buy 5 pairs of inner monitors for $800, $850. Like, yeah, you got 5 pairs, but you didn't do anything linear. Like, didn't do a lot of research because I'm assuming he started off with the Moondrop Shoes or the True Tier Zeros. Those are just starter items that you buy for the sake of it. Like, you buy them to figure out what you like in terms of sound, and then try to get something that sounds similar to the ones you like the most. Like, say you like the Moondrop Shoe, you're probably gonna like the rest of the Moondrop lineup, and you're gonna go up and up and up. Or like the True Tier Zeros, you like the sound, or if you like KZ for some fucking reason, which more power to you. I love KZ purely because of the bass and like treble, but overall they're just okay outside of that. But and I have like some nostalgia for them being my first brand of inner monitors, and it's like I don't know. That's a lot of money to be spending on inner monitors in such a short amount of time without making sure you like the sound, and it makes me think that
Without making sure you
he
like
is
the
Loki just
sound,
buying inner
and
monitors
anything
for the
that
sake of consuming.
he is Loki just buying inner monitors for the sake of consuming.
Oh, what the fuck? You try capturing the audio from the webcam. So, sorry, but I'm not re-recording that. Anyway, so the question that I get asked when I show people the amount of inner monitors I have or headphones I have is a question of why. And the simple matter is I have bought these over time. Like I have 50 something pairs of headphones. I probably spent thousands on headphones, all of which are not the highest end possible product I can get. So I'm still trying to figure out what I know I like. But here's the thing: I like a lot of sound profiles. I don't have a huge preference. If it doesn't sound like shit, I'm all for it. And if an inner monitor can show me like certain things in another song better than another, but then that other headphone like does well in everything else, or basically I love the nuances in how all my headphones sound. For instance, I bought an amp recently, really liked it, but it made me realize that these are $600 inner monitors, the ones in my hand, and I like them, but the treble is really fucking sharp on these, and there's not a lot of sub bass or middle bass, and I found that yeah, I like I like how separate everything is with these. So many drivers doing a lot of work, blah blah blah. I don't know the exact sounds of how it all works. Who cares? But the treble is sharp. These are detailed to the point where it hurts. And if I need a detail, I'm going with these every single time. But outside of that, I will never grab them. These are pretty tame, like a little extra bass. You get a little bit of a rumble in the sub bass, you know? The treble is good and not peaky. It's not as like separated as these, but it's a more pleasant experience because this is more of what I would want to listen to every day. Or say with these are some hi-fi mans. I bought some hi-fi mans because I always wanted to try them out. I hear that they are well liked, even if the build quality is questionable, and the build quality on these is in fact questionable. I'm scared that these will break because these are $450 fucking dollars, and they feel like they're made out of nothing. Like if I were to do this with one of these, it feels like I could snap it, and that's not good because these are 300 fucking like 350 fucking $450 fucking dollars. But they sound amazing. These are spacious. These are good, in my opinion. Could you get a better crow's back? Yes. In fact, I have a more preferred crow's back, which are the notorious bricks that you sometimes see me wearing on stream if you're watching from not if you're fucking looking at this for some reason. Because while we look at something that isn't Minecraft on a Minecraft YouTube channel, and I prefer the sound of the bricks. They're not as open feeling as these, but they're better built, and I'm not scared that I will break them. Even though I still treat them with care because I love them. Or I had heard their 600s. They're just a pleasant experience, but like no matter what, I'm enjoying it, but it's not fun in the way like say these are. These are $30. These were like $200. These were 600. Usually I'm grabbing cheaper ones because I want whenever I grab a more expensive pair to be special. And these just happen to be the best cheap pair I've got. I have the Moondrop 2s and the Moon and the True Tier Zeros. Both of them sound pretty similar. And personally, I don't like that type of sound profile. I think I'm leaning towards a darker tilt because I do love bass and I like treble, but I don't want too much of it. I think I lean towards a darker like preference. These are basically that. These have an emphasis on the sub bass, which I love, and for the price, like everything's nice and separated. Everything's handed to you on a platter of bass that's pleasant and that's not overwhelming. And I'll still grab the Moondrop Chews or the 3J0 to switch things up. But I usually keep like the most expensive pairs that I use on standby, but not always use them. For instance, these have been sitting on my desk. And before them, it was the HD 600s. These are very good headphones, but they're not the best headphones I've owned. They're pretty uncomfortable at times too, which is why I don't use them all the time. But if it weren't for that, I would be using these a lot more, simply because this is the baseline of it's alright, or this is the baseline of good. And then when I want to switch to the better headphone, the higher end headphone, it's a special moment. Like, these are what hang out underneath the desk. These are the Sony MDR 7506s. They're old as fuck. These are my first pair of, like, actual audio gear and not just... Well, basically just my first proper headphone that was in this category. These have been my default go-to for a while now. And they're still good. I bet they would sound sharp as fuck out of my new amp. And that would piss me off and they would stop being that. Which is, you know, why I have these, but whatever. But as you can tell with where I'm putting them, like the inner monitors that I'm grabbing are the cheapest ones, and the ones that I'm going for and are under my desks and within reach at all times are my cheaper pairs. And then this back to questions: if you're only using the cheaper pairs, why are you not using the more expensive ones? Simple. It's the same way I have multiple keyboards. For instance, I have this. I like this keyboard. Really love it. But for a while now, I've been using this. I'm only using this keyboard currently because the cable I use for this keyboard, this one, is being used on the webcam. And I kind of need the webcam so I can record. It's quite simple. Keyboards are different. All keyboards are different. Unless you build them the exact same way. But this is, you know, you can't hear it, but it makes different noise. This makes different noise. It feels different. It's a different size. And that's basically what headphones are. They're different sizes. They sound different. And when you use the more expensive ones, like the one like the black and white one, it's a treat. But sometimes you want to go back to the lower end and just remember, like, just how things are. Like, I have a set of inner monitors that whenever I lose a pair, I go out and try to find another one, and I will be sad when they stop making these. These are the JB. I don't know what the fuck these are actually. But I know these were the first earbud that I considered pretty good. And they're still actually pretty good for the money. These are like $9. They were $20 recently, but when they were $9, these were a steal. The inner monitor started getting down in that price range too. It started giving you more, but this is still good. This is good buying like what 12-year-old me would have really wanted. And ever since I got these, anything that weren't these, I kind of hated. Because these were just earnestly good. And I go back to them sometimes because even with these are in a different league of their own. But sometimes you just want something nice and, like, say you want some good pizza. This is, the typical fast food pizza. It's good. It's greasy, you'll survive the night. This is, the special pizza from the local place. And this is the good pizza from the fucking pure, in its purest form and according to fucking douchebags. You'll survive the night on any of them, but one is for a specific crowd. One is your dirty little secret. One is just what you get when you just want something convenient and reliable. And these are a nice little frozen pizza that, even with the fact that frozen pizza is objectively worse than actual pizza, sometimes just having a frozen pizza really makes a difference. Some people just prefer it. Sometimes I prefer it. Usually I would rather use something like these or eat the fast food pizza. Or the fast food pizza. Or when I'm feeling fancy, I'll go for this. And just to try it, I would go for this. And sometimes I still come back home to this. If that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. I hope it does. But that's why I have so many headphones. Bum, 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 bum. Thanks for watching. Bitch, get out.